If you're constantly breaking out in hives, you're itching, you're flushing, you have eczema, you have nasal congestion, you're sneezing, you have difficulty breathing, headaches, migraines, dizziness, and especially around ovulation or before your period, you might have a histamine intolerance. And that is when your body has trouble breaking down histamine, and that's a natural compound found in foods and produced by your body. Before you're not jumping into a low histamine diet, it's essential to address the underlying causes of histamine intolerance. And liver health and gut function are incredibly important here. Now, the thing is that histamine sensitivity isn't just one thing. It's a mismatch between histamine in and histamine out. So your body is saying, I'm at the capacity limit, my bucket is full. Now, we have 5 main drivers when it comes to this. Number 1 is a slow breakdown. You have sort of a bottleneck. You might have low DAO, that's an enzyme that degrades histamine. And if there's not enough in your gut because you have an inflamed gut lining, SIBO, celiac disease, too much alcohol, too much meds, then that might be the problem. Or you have sluggish methylation. If you have the MTHFR mutation gene, you might be more susceptible to histamine intolerance. And then we have the excess release problem, so mast cell reactivity. You have estrogen that peaks throughout ovulation and in your late luteal phase when progesterone is relatively low, and they can amplify that mast cell degranulation. Then we have stress, poor sleep, temperature change, vigorous exertion, infections, mold exposure. They can all sort of twitchy up your mast cells. Then if you have a high dietary load or liberators there, like aged cheeses, fermented foods, or you eat a lot of cured meat, canned food, leftovers, alcohol. On top, you might eat a lot of liberators. They don't always contain much histamine, but trigger a release, like citrus fruit, tomatoes, chocolate. It's a bit sad, I know, but then we have shellfish and some food additives. Now, MSG can co-trigger headaches with histamine, and sometimes it's just the MSG and not actually the histamine itself. If you have gut dysbiosis, SIBO, celiac disease, that all doesn't help. So if you're constipated or have slow transit, then you lower your DAO production. And also we have medications, antibiotics. They can all provoke mast cell release or reduce the DAO activity. Now, the thing is that estrogen makes histamine louder, progesterone quiets it. So if your luteal progesterone is too soft, your histamine breaks are softer, so the same meal hits harder in that window. So what do we do now? First of all, I would time a low histamine diet. So instead of going full-blown low histamine for forever and a day, just time it through ovulation and then also a couple of days or when normally your symptoms start before your period, and just go lower histamine and lower the load. And then you're doing this already, then make just sure you're taking your vitamins. Vitamin Bs are very important. Then we need copper and zinc and magnesium. They can all help. But also now in that time, you could add some quercetin if it's really, really bad. That can help. You also have already omega-3s in there. All of them can actually help a little bit the DAO production. Now, important is our gut, because if you don't fix the gut, then it's, again, we're treating a leaky bucket. So gut work is extremely important. Make sure you're going to the toilet once a day. And obviously, protect your luteal phase as much as you can. Sleep, sleep, and sleep more. And try stress management, especially the week before your period. Prioritize yourself and calm down. Eat as well some carbohydrates, so steady release. Have breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Not a massive amount, yes, but eat carbs, definitely carbs. They can help you in that time, definitely. And then you go from there and evaluate if your symptoms shift. Now, the bottom line is that histamine sensitivity is pretty much like your bucket is too full. So we're helping the bucket to be emptier, but also we might help the bucket to get wider. And what I mean by that is we're helping our liver and our gut to be supported, and that can also then improve tolerance.